Hello and welcome to another episode of the Rare Air Show, where we get to talk about being in South Dakota here during these crazy times in our country, and promoting the ideals of freedom that we experience here, and also discussing concerns that we may have about how to protect the freedoms, specifically from those that have a different interest in mind or different agenda. And today we have a great guest here, Mr. Hoffman. We're here in Sioux Falls. Mr. Hoffman owned Luciano's, the Italian restaurant, for many years, and kind of in a transition here in his life. But I just wanted to have a conversation with him and share some of his stories and experiences with really the interesting life that he's lived so far. So welcome, Mr. Hoffman.
Hey, how are you doing?
Great.
Okay, I'm Ray Hoffman. I was born and raised in Germany, so for me to talk about our state is really wonderful. I always like to get the opportunity to brag about the things that I do and brag about the places that I live. There's no place better in this world than to be in the United States of America. Came to this country when I was 15 and a half years old. My wife reminded me the other day to soon retire. I've been working since I was about 5.5 years old. I said, at age 77, it's time for you to quit. Really hate to do that, but I've had a tremendous amount of fun. I just love this country. I wish more people would talk more about the United States of America than they talk about crime, thieves, fighting, drugs, all this type of stuff. Because if you put that aside, we, folks out there, if you don't know, the United States of America is the absolute best country in the world. And it needs some help right now. Right now, we're going in all different directions, and a lot of people should be thinking more about the individuals than politics. Politics is supposed to work really good. Somehow, though, we've just gotten the wrong corner. We got the wrong ideas. We got some of the people that should not be in politics, and it's sad. And I hope things going to change. It's changed really good. I believe we got a couple of years to get everything squared away. I don't think you want me to talk about the politics as such. Or do you don't care?
No, just however you want to.
You can cut anything out you want to, right?
I want to hear your raw belief of what we need to do right now.
Okay. One of the easiest things probably would be to think about God more than what we do. If you need help, don't go for the next guy that you really don't know what he's talking about. Say a prayer to every once in a while. It worked for me for 77 years, and it's going to work for you. I've seen it over and over again. Folks, especially in the Midwest, they're hard workers. You know, they give you a good day's work for their money, for your money, so use them. I just switched from being in the restaurant business to just straight being into wine business, and with all the epidemics going on and all the stuff, and a couple of failures of my health made me decide to just stop it, just retire. And I have a good example. There's a young lady that's working here right now, is taking over the place, and she is full of vinegar. She loves wine, she loves people, and that's all it takes to be successful. And that kind of passion will work whatever you're doing, whether you run a wine shop, or you run a grocery store, or a car lot, or whatever. Work hard, give people an honest day, work for some money, for your money, and you'll be successful.
I like that, Ray. And then one thing I just heard you mention was we have a couple good years left to kind of get things back in line. And I've heard the saying that there is a point of no return. I think as Americans, we're a little bit cocky sometimes in what we have, and we think we can do no wrong. But there's a time that we take away we cut away the foundation of what made America America, and there maybe is a point of no return. Is that something you believe?
I definitely believe in that. I definitely believe this is why it's not going to be the people's fault. It's not the people out here that work every day. It's the politicians. We have to take a look who we're electing. We have to play the game the way they want to play the game, but do it right and do it honestly. The power in politics is ridiculous. The people that have been in politics for 30, 40, 50 years, it's absolutely ridiculous. Everything changes in the world. I mean, we've got people that run for president at my age. You got to be kidding me. You're supposed to be supporting the guys that are working now. They're busting the high-end people that work every day, for $15 an hour, $20 an hour. They need to listen to those people. The politicians are totally, I don't even know how to say it. They're just.
Well, Ray, you were actually. Can you give a little bit of background, because you played a big role in politics just across the way here?
Well, I used to be chairman of the Republican Party of the state of Iowa. I was the treasurer for 17 years and a chairman for 4 years. And the only reason I got involved in that, I didn't have the guts to run for Senate in Iowa, so I talked my wife into it. She lost by 147 votes. And that night, I got a phone call from Des Moines, and the fellow said, hey, if we'd have known that your wife could come so close, we had money, we had foot soldiers, we had plaques, we had everything we could have helped you with. And if this guy would have stood in front of me, I would have knocked him out, okay? But I knew I couldn't do that over the telephone, so I decided the next day go out and talk to some of my Republican friends. I said, hey, who's in charge of the party? Who deals out the money? Who does this and that? They said, well, it's the chairman of the Republican Party of the state of Iowa. I said, I will be the chairman. That's how I got to be chairman of the party. So I did the best that I can for the years that I was with the party, and anybody that's interested should do the same. It was a ball, and I got to know a lot of people, spend time as a legal immigrant especially. I spent time with 6 presidents of the United States.
Yeah, I was gonna say you did rub shoulders with some of the high ups, didn't you?
A little bit. It was it was fun, being a peon, being a legal immigrant to come from this country, and then have the audience of actually talking to the president of the United States.
I think you even said you really enjoyed the time you got to spend with President Trump.
I did.
Yep.
He actually was my favorite president until we got this rough character, our guy Donald Trump. I mean, this guy really loves this country. What a great man. And I wish he could have stayed another 4 years. And I hope maybe someday he's going to come back. He can get his credit back.
Ray, this show is just for your average South Dakotan that is grateful to be living here and what we experience, but also has some concerns of the future, maybe some with the election integrity. Just we have some concerns about how do we make sure that we can protect what we have here. So from your experience being in politics, what are some ways that people can get involved, and what are some things that they can do to stand up for these freedoms?
Well, short term, the most important thing is in the next year and a half, make up your mind, look for the person that you like, the candidate that you think can turn this thing around. It has to be done within the next year and a half. It's absolutely a must. What's going to happen in the presidential election won't make any difference if it's not right this next 1.5 years out.
Wow. So yeah, we can't just sort of stay in our homes and just wait for the next person to come up. We have to do our research, and we have to find the right people that have our best interests at heart. And we need to start now, essentially, right? We can't wait till
Absolutely
3 years
right.
later.
No, everybody got to take a look in the mirror, okay, and make up your mind. Make it up right now, today. Start today, when you hear this thing, and look for me. You find me around in town.
Yeah, Ray. I appreciate your time here today, and grateful for what you've done for our country in the past, and And because you were and you did serve in the military as well.
United States Marine Corps, the best. And I have one of my grandsons there right now in boot camp, and another one is ready to go. And my son, retired military officer, he was a major in the Air Force.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Ray, and look forward to seeing you down the road.
Good. That was fun.
Thanks very much.